issue of a Congress, I would just say it's not feasible to hold a Congress before a general election. But my fear is I've heard the narrative being pushed around, and I've also questioned it in my personal capacity to say, how do we protect the opposition from infiltration? For me, it is an issue of infiltration. And the interest from ZANU-PF is very interesting, and actually don't blame them. ZANU-PF, as I always said in some other spaces, but ZANU-PF is a big monster. It's a huge organization that even it eats on its own babies at some time, right? So you find out that these guys, they are pushing for a Congress, not because they love democracy or they love to see people in a contest for position, right? ZANU-PF is pushing for a Congress because they know that the structures that are within CCC, as we speak right now, the structures that are being consulted by the party leadership, they know that they have their people in there, and they know that if these people go in for a Congress, they can cause a lot of division come election. So actually, it benefits ZANU-PF that when you go for a Congress and there are so many divisions, there's a lot of name calling and everything. After the Congress, you coming out divided, and there's no time to heal before an election. So the issue that we should be asking ourselves, I'm saying us as the CCC supporters, what safeguards do we have in place? Because we might scream that we don't want a Congress in 2022, 2023, but remember, Lynette, that life goes on, and ZANU-PF invest in future. I have noticed that ZANU-PF invest in time, they invest in the future. So even if we are going to have a Congress in 2025, if we are still going to have ZANU-PF elements, then we are still in danger. It's not a matter of having a conference in 2022 or 2023 or 2025. But the issue that we should be asking ourselves as CCC supporters is how safe is the movement? How safe are we from the old guard? Right now, for example, we are seeing, I don't hate, I respect Dr. Thokozani Khupe. She's addressing CC supporters as a leader. She's being given the platform to address them as a leader. And Dr. Thokozani Khupe was with Emerson Mnangagwa a few months ago, or maybe a few weeks ago. And that means that Dr. Khupe now has the leverage, political leverage. She has the political capital to bring in people that she was within the MDCT. And those people, how do we trust them? Those people were working with Dr. Khupe and being in the command of Emerson Mnangagwa ZANU-PF. So how do you trust these individuals? Because now automatically they are citizens. What do they do again? Suppose we have a Congress in 2025. Dr. Thokozani Khupe again, using the ZANU-PF elements, sponsors a court challenge again. Challenges maybe Nelson Chamisa or a Tendai BT. There's another split again, there's a CCC or CCT. And we'll keep going around in circles, Lynette, Zimbabwean politics is so complicated that if you look at the history of the opposition, the MDC, it has split so many times. And one of the most uncomfortable questions people don't ask themselves, why do we split? Why did we go to a Congress where a popular Nelson Chamisa lost to Douglas Monzora? How did we end up having Obed Gutu as a spokesperson? Who are these people that elect these individuals? So the question goes back to the electors. No matter how much we scream here on a space, throwing stones that we don't want a Congress, that's not the question. The question is, who are the electors? And also, speaking of a Congress, it's a ZANU-PF template. ZANU-PF believes that everything has to go according to its own template. And the opposition also, when it got into power and was formed, they fed into this narrative. They created a narrative of saying, a vice president is going to be from Matebele land. So ZANU-PF now expects a Congress again because it's what they believe in. Not forgetting that they had a Congress which was being led by the army. No one voted. Positions were just given out by the military. So the issue, Lynette, is, and I just want our fellow CCC supporters to think deep about this. If you as a CCC supporter, you're in this space, or wherever you are in Magunje, if you are to see a meeting taking place for CCC, and you are not aware of that meeting, you should be asking yourself questions. How come I don't know this meeting, but I'm a CCC supporter? Even if we do a Congress in 2030, whatever you call it, be it a national conference, a people's convention, it then means that those people are coming from the same bucket that was MDC Alliance, MDCT. Right now, you cannot speak and say there's no MDCT. There's MDCT. There are MDCT elements in CCC. And we have to face the fact. We have to face this fact that they are there already. But Dr. Khupe is there. She's addressing. She's campaigning vigorously, and she might be a lead again. And we don't have the power to stop it because we are not decision makers. We are not electors. So the question is, who are the electors in the opposition? If you can answer that question, you understand why ZANU-PF is pushing for a Congress. They are not stupid. They know how to play this game. We are playing the game based on our emotions. No, we don't want a Congress. We don't have time, but we need to think deep and say, why are they pushing for a Congress? Who are our electors? If, for example, I would ask anyone in this space who call themselves a CCC supporter to just ask themselves in their respective words, but who's the ward chairperson? Who is he? Who voted for him or her? If we can answer those questions as CCC supporters, then we are home and dry. It doesn't matter if we're going to have a Congress today or tomorrow. It doesn't matter. What matters are the electors. Even if we are to remain with the same elector that put in Dr. Khupe, if we are to remain with the same people that once voted for Obed Good, if we are to put in the same people that once voted for James Maridadi, we will still have the same problem of splits and splits again. And you hear Emerson Mnangagwa say 2013 and cheapo. They're investing. I would say this is very uncomfortable, but I've just analyzed some things. The regime has invested in the opposition. The junta is stock in CCC as we speak right now. And they don't have stock in people that you see on the streets that make noise or that question things. They have stock in people that are loyal and they know how to capture the party. They come with money. They send individuals with money. They know the opposition is broke. They send individuals with money. They send individuals that look like influential. They support the movement. They make noise a lot. And those people get to be leaders. And then they will spoil the party at the 11th hour. And we should be careful what we call leadership in the CCC. Right now, people are saying we're a new party. And the most uncomfortable question, Lynette, I ask myself and I ask some of my friends, like, I'm seeing meetings being held. There are no rallies, no flyers, no posters. And some guys told me that these are interim structures being consulted. Then I said, okay, suppose these interim structures are going to make decisions, right? Based on whatever they would have discussed. That means then there's no fresh blood coming into the movement. You're still going to retain the same structure. And this has always been my test that you cannot remain with the same people that elected, people that become problematic. Who's giving, for example, Dr. Zanu Khupe the floor to address people, to address supporters? Those are the key fundamentals that you should be asking as supporters. Let's not be emotional because I don't care about the Congress if it's held in 2018. I just want to know who are the electors. If I know, for example, Jessica is a chairperson of a district, if I know, for example, Patna is a chairperson of a district, I'll get happy on the other side, I'll get what on the other side. So for me, it's about electors. It's not about having a Congress. It's about who are our electors in CCC. Who are these people? And I'll just end